Supercross in Houston of 2023 was pretty awesome. It had some exceptional things. We got to see East Coast boys run it. You know, there was a lot of injuries and things like that that kept a lot of riders out of it. But the main reason I wanted to jump into this video in particular today was to talk about Dylan Ferrandis' accident. Now, it was a very interesting accident for sure. He how do you say it? Was one of those crashes that didn't inherently like look super bad, right? He cased the double. The bike kind of got away from him a little bit. It threw him to the side, and he basically hit the back end of Ken Roxon's bike, and it slammed him into the ground. Now, we all know sometimes it's not the like viciousness of the crash that gives you the biggest like injury. It's just kind of how you hit, and the way Ferrandis hit knocked him out cold. Most of the footage that we got was from the race itself, and we really didn't have the greatest angle to really call from it. But I've had a few people comment on a short that I created about that, and kind of said that it looked way worse than what we were able to see, and we were able to kind of appreciate it for. But the good news is the great news is the grand news is that he's okay, right? It knocked him out. I think it roughed him up a bit for sure. He's going to be out. He even posted on his official Instagram about that. And like I'm not the hugest fan of Dylan Ferrandis at the end of the day. Just some of the things he put on, just I didn't 100% agree with. But I never want to see any rider get injured while doing something. I mean, they're incredible for what they do for sure. But like, what it really comes to is like me not being a fan of him has nothing to do with his character, right? There are things about him that I feel like he's a little edgy about, you know what I mean? But at the same time, he's earned enough to have any type of bravado that he wants to have, as to say, as long as he can, back up those skills. And he most definitely can. I mean, rookie year he came out and just murdered it on the 450 class. It was actually, it was astounding to see what he did in Supercross his rookie year. It's really cool. So kudos to him for sure. I hope he has a very speedy recovery. The tweet gives us some hype. He apologized in his tweet. In his Instagram post, and I think that's kind of what surprised me most. Right? You don't see a lot of riders apologize for crashing. In my opinion, like it's not something that he did. It's a rider's incident, right? It happens. You don't really have to apologize for those type of things. That's just what happens in the sport. But to see him, walk away, he had the neck brace on, but he walked away. I know his wife, his family, a lot of people in the stands are really concerned about the situation itself. But he, ended up getting up, walking to the little golf cart, and they took him off the track. And then I guess a day later, he posted that he's okay, he's a little banged up, and he apologizes for not being able to complete that race. So I will say, because of that, it's a different look on Dylan Ferrandis for sure. And I hope he has a speedy recovery.